Hey everybody, can y'all hear me? Good evening, good night. How y'all doing? Okay, thank you for joining me tonight. Hey, Ginger. Oh, thank you. Thank you so much. I had to come to y'all tonight with a late one. Um, I've been just busy, and I'm just determined to get these subject matters out and to just get through my show tonight. If I sound different, let me know so that I could adjust in a different area of the house. Um, but if you can hear me, let me know. If you're having trouble, let me know as well. Thank y'all for joining the show tonight. I think I put together a pretty good show. I hope so. Y'all know how I do. I go through these different have my agenda. I go through it and I cut it up and post it later each section. What I want to say is thank you so much for joining me. Welcome to my channel. If you're new here, welcome to my channel. And if you are returning, thank you so much for your support. If you're new here, I am Discerning Goddess, and I discuss CU football. I support Coach Prime. I support the football players, and I enjoy observing them and supporting them on their journey through college and now beyond because we are on our first draft, well, second draft class. So we are excited about what's to come with our upcoming draft cohort out of the University of Colorado. And but today is a special day. Today is our nephew's birthday. So we want to send a warm and great shout out to Shedeur Sanders. Happy King Day. Happy birthday. Happy G Day. G stand for God. Happy birthday, Shador. You know, it's different for me because my birthday was yesterday, and so I just feel like me, Shador, and Shiloh, we are twin spirits. For those of us who are into astrology, I think y'all know what I mean. And so I'm just so excited for this season that the Sanders men are in. Shador, Shiloh, even Bucky, just getting his grown man on and his content in the space of content and just going and growing through everything with his brothers and his dad. I don't know about y'all, but I just been so excited and so happy to see all the clips. Sanders takes over the Super Bowl, and we're gonna get into all of that. Before I begin, I just want to say, hey y'all, how y'all doing? Hey, I kind of miss being over here. If you just haven't been aware, I have two YouTube channels. So my other channel got monetized yesterday. So I had been over there tinkering away, um, fixing on a couple of things, trying to get that channel engaging as well. And so it kind of like took me away from this side. And as you all may have paid attention, over here, I have been placing other content and videos just to keep my channel in the algorithm. But also, I noticed a difference. Like, I've been placing some of my reality and current topics events over here. See, I've been streaming simultaneously on both channels. But the difference is this crowd does not engage or take to the content that I also put over there. Case in point, I put up a video today. The boss, the beauty, the brand of Melanie Cherie posted at the same time, and I think I'm still on a single digit over here, and over there I'm over 500 views. So there's an extreme difference in the content each side likes. This side is more of my sports side. We talk about sports, mainly football, college football, and everything that surrounds our nephews. So there are a lot of channels in the CU content space that discuss University of Colorado football, the game, the different technical aspects of football. I am not one of those channels. There are a lot of channels that do very well doing that. For me, I like to keep up with the life, their hobbies, and the current events that are surrounding our young men and sometimes the coaches. So I'm everything outside of football, but I am keeping up with our players. I hope I um explain that for you. Sometimes I remember when I first started this channel, I had got some pushback in the comments about women knowing football. Excuse me, I can hang out with a football. I don't have to, hold a conversation like the men do. And I think sometimes we are so stuck in our ways that when we're talking about sports, they expect women to have the same perspective as men. They expect women to bring the perspective just like a man does, and that's fine if they do, but I'm not one of those women. That doesn't take away from my football IQ either. I just choose not to discuss a football game. I'd rather just talk about people and try to do it in a way that maintains a certain amount of dignity around that individual, especially our football players. I hope I explained that well enough. So thank y'all for joining me today. I am happy to be back over here with you. Um, it's been a little bit. I've been sitting back and watching and just reflecting on things since I opened up this channel. And so one day I might get in that. But before I do, if you have not already liked, since you are returning, please like the video. And if you are new here, I would like to say this: give me an opportunity to entertain you, inspire you, to motivate you, to even intrigue you. And if you are intrigued, I am asking you to subscribe to this channel. I am only going to get better. And if I remind you of somebody that you know, go ahead and send my channel or this video over to them now. Say, hey, this lady reminds me of you. You should tap in. Okay? If I remind you of somebody that you know, go ahead and do that. I would appreciate it. I ain't begging y'all for no money. My birthday was yesterday. I could at least get a like and a share and some engagement in the chat. That's what I'm asking for. I don't ask for much, but I'm asking for that today. Okay. It's late night, so I hopefully your children are in bed. Hope it's Friday, so they do stay up late. But if they are still up, go ahead and put me in your ear, use the Bluetooth. I might slip up sometime and say some words, but I'll try my best to be very kosher, okay? I don't intend to go there tonight, but sometimes things do come out that way. Let me check on y'all. Portia said tripping. Hey, I miss you. Thank you, hard work. Thank you. Y'all, I had a great birthday. I ain't gonna lie. It was a good time, okay? I did vlog yesterday. I just have to do my voiceover for the vlog, but I started my day with a great workout, hung out with some friends, and then today I went out again. And I told my friends, because my friends know I am not the one that always want to go out to eat. I hate it. I don't want to go out to eat. We got to do something else other than go out to eat. Uh, so a couple of my friends came out today and took me hiking. They know I'm scary as I don't know what, but I do enjoy the adventure. And I just got such a high off of doing something great. And I told them, I said, don't take me out to eat. We gotta go hiking, skydiving, or golfing. We want to talk golf. So yes, they did fulfill one of my wishes, and I'm extremely happy about that because I feel like in this age and era as women of color, as black women, we have to make lifestyle changes because we are such a pivotal position in our community, in our family. So we must work hard and making sure we are here for as long as we can be. And if I have to be the person to start that cultural habit in my friend group, that's what it'll be. But I enjoy myself. I'm on day two. Tomorrow will be day three. I probably will be doing more things with my family. But thank you all so much for your birthday wishes. And tonight we are here to acknowledge and celebrate our nephew Shedeur Sanders because today is his birthday. What's up? I asked him for his cash app. He didn't respond, y'all. So y'all go ahead on X and ask Shedeur and say, "What's your cash app, nephew?" I wanted to send him a couple of dollars. It's not like he needed it. He probably was gonna send it back to me like, "Lady, if you don't go on with this $21, how old is she doing? 21 or 22?" I was about to send him a little something to put in his pocket just in case he needed it a little later. You know what I'm saying? Let me stop. Let me stop. Let me get started. So I have to y'all bear with me. I have to show some love to the women, to my sisters, the 92%. And if you all know who the 90% is, they know who the 90% is. If 92% is you don't know who the 92% is. So to the 92% ladies, I love you, I adore you, and we got this. We're gonna sit back and continue to rest in our 92% and continue to take care of ourselves, and we are going to find peace while we do it. So, welcome to the show. I'm talking to the 92%. And sometimes that 92% of women, there's also 88% of men. They know who they are. So, shout out to you guys. Gotta find my way back. Yes, ma'am, we do have it. Yes, ma'am. So, with that being said, I do have a message that I want to open up with, and I think this is very important. I had a video, but I could not connect it to the show in time before it started, but it took me longer. And y'all, today I had the most worst technical issues. Like, for some reason, my laptop was sending my files to a hit my content to a hidden file. I was trying to get on here since this morning, but I couldn't find the content. It was going to hidden files on my laptop and everything. I'm like, this is too much. So that's part of the reason why I'm here tonight, because I just was determined to do this show earlier today. And it took me all, when I say all of the day and tonight, to get this show together. And still, I'm missing some clips, but it's okay. The show must go on. But to the general public, I want to say this. I want to say this. If you are publicly calling out or criticizing Black women, tread carefully. And this is not a threat, it's just a reminder. Anti Blackness is a nasty, tricky energy that resides in almost all of us and can be easily triggered. Think twice before you fix your lips to say anything. Most likely, the criticism is actually about yourself. Black women are divine beings that lay their bodies out to help everyone. So protect Black women always in all ways. And that is to everybody. And I'll have a message here from Trevor Noah. If you all will give me a moment.
Understand how hard it is when things go bad, especially in America, but any place where Black people exist, whether it's Brazil, whether it's South Africa, wherever it is, when things go bad, Black people know that it gets worse for them. But Black women in particular, they know what shit is, genuinely. People always be shocked. They'll be like, why do Black women turn out the way they do in America? Why do they vote the way yeah, because they know what happens if things do not go the way it should. They cannot afford to around and find out. And to Black women who have taught me, all of them, I mean, the scholars online, the authors, every
One more time.
want to learn about America. Talk to Black women. Yeah, because unlike everybody else, Black women cannot afford to around and find out. Black people understand how hard it is when things go bad, especially in America, but any place where Black people exist, whether it's Brazil, whether it's South Africa, wherever it is, when things go bad, Black people know that it gets worse for them. But black women in particular, they know what shit is, genuinely. People always be shocked. They'll be like, why do black women turn out the way they do in America? Why do they vote the way yeah, because they know what happens if things do not go the way it should. They cannot afford to around and find out. And to black women who have taught me, all of them, I mean, the scholars online, the authors, every
You're welcome, brother. And so that was Trevor Noah, and I am compelled to come forth and also expound onto his point. I was speaking earlier this week about how hard it is to um, go forth in this CU space because as content creators, it seems like and it appears that the some men, not all, don't want women in the CU content space. So it kind of makes it difficult, especially when you have people who feel like they are the gatekeepers of the University of Colorado football narrative or whatever it is. And if you don't do it like they think you should do it, then they will go ahead of you and go ahead and start lying and slandering your channel and things like that. But my question is to the men, to you all, what would Coach Prime think if he knew that you all were out here being extremely misogynistic to the women who are trying to assist him with the media narratives and to help to change the narrative and turn around? What would he think if he knew that you all were out here mistreating the women who do Colorado content? That's my question. That's my question. And I'll leave it at that. But I will say, in turn, for as for me, I'm going to continue to do my content. My perspective is not someone else's perspective. Like I said, the male and the female are not the same. So I am not here to be a sports take person like men do. I have my own idea and vision when it comes to my creativity and what I intend to do, how I want to support the University of Colorado football team. And nobody is going to make me change that. Nobody. As long as I ain't talking about you and your mama, don't worry about how I bring forth my content. That's all I'm saying. But I do appreciate everyone for sticking in there with me and hanging with me. And guess what? We are growing. I see y'all. I see y'all. The subscriber count is going up. I want to thank everybody for sharing the content, sharing the channel, and telling people about me. I just have my moments sometimes, but this was me noticing all the subscribers come on in and hit subscribe and engage in the comments. Um, so yes, I am actually felt very, happy and just had to sit back and take a moment. Yes, I'm only 287 subscribers if somebody hasn't unsubscribed since I've been live. However, I do not take your presence lightly. Sticking there, hanging there with me, and you'll see. I, I'm always going somewhere. I have a point to make. So thank you so much. Thank you all to the new subscribers for being here. I appreciate you, and I definitely value your presence. So come on and join the chat sometime. Um, get to know everybody else. And we gonna build us a little group in the community over here. So before I get into the show, y'all know I have to put up this copyright disclaimer. Um, I have to put up this copyright. Yes, ma'am. Jen, it's like I will not be moved. I am to the point. It gets a little intimidating sometimes, especially when it's a strong male presence that's very confrontational. But at the same time, I know what my vision is and how I want to present and how I want to assist, our nephews and how I want to assist Coach Prime, in this season, any season. And I know this about me. And I know each one of us have our own specific gift that God placed in us. And how and what my gift is, I'm blessed to have, and I'm going to do something with. And what somebody else's gift is, what your gift is, you're blessed to have that as well. So I'm not going to let somebody tell me what to do and what not to do with what the gift that God has placed in me. And I intend to share it here on YouTube. And for me, and I've always been extremely wise, even as a little girl, which is why my name says discerning goddess, because I am very protective about my discernment. I have been in places, I have been in positions in life that because I listen to my discernment, it saved me a time or two. It saved me a lot, got me very far just by listening to my discernment. So I'm not gonna let nobody tell me that I'm crazy and that my content don't matter because the comments say otherwise. So to each its own. Thank y'all for being here. So this copyright disclaimer leads us into our show. If y'all familiar with the flow of how things go, I always have to put this copyright disclaimer because the things that I say are for entertainment purposes and in some cases alleged. And I want to say copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act of 1976. Allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comments, news reporting, scholarship, and research. Fair use is a use permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. Okay, so we are here today for educational, entertainment, and enlightening purposes. Let's move on with the show. Hey, Coach Prime, how you doing? Y'all, Coach Prime been out here, Coach Prime and honey. Give me one moment. Hold on one second. Y'all know I love to see Coach Prime on the range. That's one of my favorite things to do is watch him enjoy his legacy. Okay, when Coach Prime is away from CU and he gets to go to the Prime Ranch and fish and walk around and behold all that beauty, he just looks like a different person. He looks so calm, so relaxed, so peaceful and so happy. Not that he's not happy at CU, but it's a different type of aura that's with Coach Prime when he is home. And they say there's no place like home. So when he's home, I enjoy watching him. It inspires me to see what he has achieved. And so with that being said, Coach Prime has been on the move, y'all. He's been at the ranch. Now he's in New Orleans. Um, he's hanging out with Shedeur and Bucky, and I have enjoyed listening to the interviews and all of that. So we are going to take a look at some of the journey and things that have been happening in the last couple of days. But before I do, have you all been keeping up with the nephews, the new nephews that we have over at CU? I know I mentioned in a previous video that I'm not going to highlight any young men until after spring ball. The reason being is that I've learned that we get excited. We get excited about everybody that comes into the program and we give them so much hype and we lift them up and we as fans, the fan base embraces everybody, right? And so, not that I'm trying to take anything away, I just want to make sure that I am very intentional about who I place over here and who I speak life into. Not that I don't want to do it to all of them. I just want to be very intentional about it because I know that some people and they come to see you for the what the limelight, they'll come for the clout, they'll come for the engagement, get their social media popping because everybody follows them. All the content creators talk about them. And next thing you know, after spring ball or right before the spring game, they done jumped in the portal. But the whole time they done soaked up our love, they done soaked up the support, they done boosted their numbers. And the thing about that, got everybody, when they boost their numbers, they increase their NIL valuation. So when they come to see you, we're the best fan base there is. So what we do, we immediately throw them on YouTube. We run their name through the algorithm. We at them, we follow them, we engage with them. And what it does is it builds up their valuation. And then if that's somebody who does not intend to stay at CU, now that they have that social media engagement, which is very key when it comes to NIL, now they have gotten all of that in this short time, and then after this and during the spring portal, they jump in the portal. We have made them very valuable. So I am choosing not to highlight any players until after the spring game because I am stingy. I'm still I want to see who's gonna be here. Hi, Teresa. Welcome. Thank you for joining us, sis. Oh, I'm so happy you're here. Teresa, yesterday was my birthday. Yeah, I want to talk to you this weekend, though, for real. So, you guys, Teresa is from the other side over there at the other YouTube channel. So, I want to thank her so much for joining us over here to talk about our internet nephews. Welcome, Teresa. But yeah, so that's why I am choosing to talk about the program, to focus on the coaching, focus on the culture, and I will wait till after the spring game to start doing content and loving on the nephews because I want to know who's gonna be here. I want to know who be- because we know even outside of the players, there are some coaches that come to see you to build their resume. It's no surprise, it's no shock that people want to be able to say because Coach Prime is making history. If I was living in Colorado or Boulder, I'll probably apply for a job over there in the program. You hear me? But some people are just not there for the vision that Coach Prime has. They're there so that it can boost their resume and build their opportunities to step up and move on. And that's okay too. But when that is your hidden agenda, it's not okay. Okay. And we can kind of pretty much see who was there to build their resume and who really didn't. So I'm gonna leave it like that. What y'all think about that? What I just said. I want to know what y'all think about it. My other channel, Portia. It's okay, Teresa. Um, I can't switch screens right now, but give me some time, and I will drop the link in. Hold on, let me see. Let me see. Let me open up another window. It's a reality channel, trending topics channel. I've been posting some of the content over here as well, but it does not catch on this side. Y'all don't be stunning. But over there, I'll post the same thing at the same time, and the numbers just go crazy. The clicks and views go crazy. Give me a moment. I'm trying to pull it up. I'll drop the link. Mhm. So yeah. Mm-mm. Oh my goodness. When I'm doing the show, it's hard to turn my mind off, y'all, and switch to something else. I apologize. Oh, here it go. Hold on. Hi everybody. Well, y'all coming in tonight. Welcome. So that's the link to my other channel. I would appreciate you all to subscribe and follow me over there because when I'm not here, I'm over there. They just got me monetized over there, so I'm gonna have to go feed the people. I'm gonna have to go feed the people. Hey, Matt, welcome. What you doing up this time of night? But what do y'all think about? What do y'all think about what I said about the players leaving at the spring after the spring game or before getting a portal before the spring game, and me just focusing on the culture, the coaches, and things like that because we boost their value when we big them up and give them clout, and that's fine if that's what you want to do. I don't see nothing wrong with it. I just feel like I sometimes I see things, players that'll come, especially when you come here and play for us and you're mediocre, and then you go back to the school you came from. That's crazy. Like, so did you really come because you like us and want to be here, or you just came to get the coaching from the NFL staff, to build your technique to make yourself better so you can go back to your old coach? That was crazy to me. Oh, thank you, Matt. So that's what I'm choosing not to do. So y'all hanging there with me, hanging there with me. So Coach Prime had this to say to the new nephews. He said, no slides, no tank tops, sit in the front row of your classroom. Seniors, if you stop going to class or get F's and D's, the staff will take away part of your check. So that's for the seniors. Thank you, Teresa. So he laid the law down early, and from what I can see, based on the footage that has been put out, it appears that everybody is coming along well. There was that first hiccup the first week with Coach Swayze and one of our nephews falling asleep. I'm not gonna say his name, falling asleep, during the meeting, but it looks like he has come along well as well. I'm not getting too hyped yet for new players either. I want to see who's staying. I'm not for the yeah, cause after doing this, I mean 2 seasons, mainly one with Coach Prime, we kind of know what it's like now. So it's like, okay, I ain't gonna get excited. And I'll just wait until after spring, and I know everybody who's there after the spring, they are here to stay pretty much and put in work. Yes, no flip flops. Y'all, that's my pet peeve. I cannot stand seeing a man or a young man walking around with some slides on all the time. It's like, oh my goodness, please put on some shoes. I can't stand it. That's a pet peeve. Some people don't learn until it hits them in their pocket. Yes, ma'am, especially if they plan on going to the NFL. Like Coach Prime said, if you do certain things in the NFL, you get docked, you get a pay cut. So that's what he's getting them ready for, and I think that's a great idea. I think it's a great move by Coach Prime. So, did y'all see? Okay, so after the season ended, Coach Prime went to Alabama to see Bossy play. I was so happy for her and him. I love their dynamic, y'all. It just gives me so much joy to see her engage with her father the way that they do. Um, I have another video too to pull up. Coach Prime showed up in Alabama, y'all, and I think the people really enjoy his presence. I think. Give me a moment. Let me pull up a video real quick. Give me one moment. I got the video in queue. Matt, you know how I feel about Bossy. Listen, say what you want to say, but don't come for my niece, okay? Not my niece. Okay. Hold on. Let me share my screen. Let me share. Give me a moment. Can y'all see? Hold on. Let me pull that picture down. There we go. There we go. All right. So this was after the game. When he went to see
Thank you. Hey, my
Salamanca.
trip on a little bit, but slowly but surely y'all got there. Coach had to give y'all butt, some of y'all, but y'all got down. You ain't no joke. You a dog. I love you. Come here, girl. Oh, you did the doggone thing. I like the adjustments you came in late. You know, you went to the two bigs at the end of the thing. I like that. I love it. But y'all did the doggone thing. I'm proud of y'all. I wanted y'all to win because I wanted the baby girl to be happy. She's already mad because I told her I won't come. She told me she cried today. She know I never let her down. Hey, congratulations, ladies. Y'all did the doggone thing. Thank you. I came out tripping a little bit, but slowly but surely y'all got.
Yeah. Coach Prime now went to Alabama A&M and got up in them people locker room talking like he was at CU. Hi, watching Nate. How are you? Welcome to the chat. Oh man, he always doing her crazy. That was so endearing to me. I love it. I love it, love it, love it. If I tell y'all my nickname my daddy called me, I ain't gonna tell y'all because y'all will be trying me every day with that old ugly nickname, honey. No, but I love that he showed up for her because you know how mainstream media and there are some people that just look for an issue and try to create division with this family. So there were narratives out there that he only focuses on Shedeur, or he only focuses on CU, or he only focuses on Shedeur and Shiloh, and that they were trying to say that he was on bad terms because she left the University of Colorado to go to Alabama A&M. But we know that's not true. We know that's not true. And I was just so happy to see them reunited. He talking to them girls like it's right, exactly. He was up in that. He was up in that. He was so comfortable in that locker room. That was the funny part. And you look at the faces behind him. You know, black people, we silly. They was like, if you don't hurry up, this game over. We ready to go. But shout out to Shalimai. Shout out to Coach Prime. If you don't know by now, if y'all don't know by now, we are Coach Prime supporters over here, and we love and adore and are always praying for his family. That everything works out and comes out right, and we know it will. We know it will. So, with that being said, I know I'm a little late with this news, but congratulations to Coach Don Staley. She became the highest paid women's basketball head coach after a $25 million deal with South Carolina. Who got a bag? Coach Staley got a bag. Breaking. Don Staley has signed a contract extension keeping her with South Carolina until 2030, the school announced. The new contract will make Staley the highest paid college women's basketball coach in the history of the sport. Talk about Black history. Happy Black history. Dawn Staley has just made herself a part of Black history with this right here. And so, y'all know for weeks we were talking about Coach Prime's contract, and then this came out. It's like, okay, hopefully this set the tone. Hopefully this motivate. what's going on at CU with Coach Prime's contract. Hopefully, we see some movement with Coach Prime, but we are happy for Coach Don Staley. I am excited because I need $5. Let me borrow $5, sis. So, yeah. So and Coach Prime, I see them interact sometime on X and on Instagram. So I just know, his team was like, okay, that's movement right there. So I don't know. Did I miss something? Did he come to an agreement? Did they settle his contract issues? Because I haven't seen anything, you guys. Did I miss it? Let me see what y'all talking about. Coach was talking to them like, okay, she's a real one. She is. I love her from back in the day. I know, $25 million. Now, if they giving basketball $25 million, what you think they can get Coach Prime over there at CU? That's a real question, y'all. Yes, she been a legend in South Carolina. They need to give her a statue. As long as the statue don't get mucked up like they did D Wade's, okay? I'm so over statues. After they messed up D Wade statue like that, I don't want to see another statue because I don't know what we gonna get. Coach Prime was talking to that girl's team. It was his. He was. He was. He funny now. Coach Prime is funny in all of the above at the same time. Okay. So that's Coach Dawn. This is how much of a legend she is. That is her hand with all of her championship rings, honey. And I don't know nobody else that got it like that, who's done it like that. Y'all help me out if you do. That's Coach Don. And all she look, she got to put rings on her thumbs and her pinkies. Sis is that's a flex right there. $25 million contract in the rings to prove why, to justify why she's worth that 25 million. It's so much I can say. I'm gonna behave tonight, okay? I'm gonna behave. But I know it's some Cliff People basketball coach, women's basketball coaches who in their feelings about that. I wouldn't be surprised if somebody come out with a $30 million contract just so they can have more than her. We want to say congratulations to Reggie Calhoun Jr., Director of Football NIL Revenue Sharing at the University of Colorado. Hey, brother, let me tell y'all something. I love me some Reggie Calhoun Jr. Before he even became a face, I remember when Neely did his little interview on pregame show. I'm like, I need more of him. I want to see some more of him because he was talking the stuff that I want to talk about. He was talking about money. He was talking about marketing. He was talking about preparing yourself to be a brand. He was talking about all of that. And it's like he just disappeared after that. So I hear footsteps. He up there looking at TV. But yeah, so shout out to Reggie Calhoun Jr. for getting a raise. His title is very fitting. Um, so if y'all are not following him on Twitter and Instagram, I promise you, you will not be disappointed. He definitely keeps the timeline very professional. He makes you want to know more and learn more, and he's very motivational and inspiring. And I love that he is at CU to help our young men prepare themselves and for what they are in for, the money, the fame, why discipline is important. I mean, and I mean, he's a brother that's doing it. Y'all know that's really why I love it. I just love black excellence. Don't be mad at me. Why y'all doing her like that? Talking about she needs some lotion. You said Coach Prime was talking. I mean, I just love what he stands for. I love his presentation. I love that he is there as a male presence to help our young men take care of business. That's what I mean. Why I got it? Y'all, why y'all? I don't know that man. I mean, but if I meet him, I'm definitely going to have a conversation because I want to know more. But yeah, that's how I am, y'all. Not like that. And I think he married because he has a son that plays football. But no, I don't gush over nobody man, honey, until I find out if he's single. Nope. Until then, he's just my brother. That's it. That's it. You my brother. But I love a smart, intelligent black man. Y'all clowning. Let me stay on topic. So congratulations to Reggie Calhoun. I am looking forward to seeing how he develops our nephews in the upcoming season. With that being said, here is the ex NFL player Jason Brown. He made $25 million, quit at age 29, and became a farmer and donates his food to pantries. The reason why I wanted to highlight him, I wanted to show how sometimes people don't know when to walk away from the table. They don't know how to strike the iron while it's hot. I don't know this young man's history, whether he got injuries or what, but the fact is he made $25 million and knew what to do with it. He managed his money, and I remember reading on him a couple of years ago, and he went from football to being an actual farmer, y'all. The guy's a real farmer and he lives well, okay? Especially in a time when we hear stories like a former NFL player struggling to take care of their family, or um, after you've seen them make millions in the NFL, now since they're not in the NFL, they don't know how they're gonna take care of their churn. Somebody just said that a few weeks ago. Or some of them be broke. They be broke. Like bad knees, bad back, ain't got no money in the bank after all that money they done made. So it's very impressive to see this young man do smart things with his money after retiring from the NFL. So that's something that I hope that with Reggie Calhoun, that he will show these type of examples to the nephews so that they can know what it's like. They're beginning to learn through NIL in collectives how to carry themselves like professionals, as well as how to hold on to their wealth. So I'm impressed by this, and I just wanted to share it with the family. But unfortunately, we have to get into some things, y'all. We have to get into some things. I got one more story, and then we are going to take a trip down the rabbit hole of X and IG, okay? We got to see what Coach Prime now been up to. But before I do that, what y'all talking about? Yes, take care of the churn. That's how we say it in Florida. In Georgia, y'all say chillin'. Y'all say chillin'. And in Florida, it's churn, okay? I don't know what they say in New York and anywhere else, but when I'm in front of my elders, it's children. So we about to get into some content. I just had to go through this stuff real quick before I get into the nitty gritty of things. But while we're talking about football, y'all tell me what's going on with Saquon Barkley. Get in the chat and talk about it, okay? Because obviously he's engaged to Anna Cogden. He's engaged to this girl, and obviously he did not do his research, or he just didn't care. You know, sometimes people, they get into these little relationships and they don't care about the flaws. But he's engaged to this little girl, and she has been a very interesting character prior to her meeting Saquon Barkley. So y'all know we are coming off of the heels of Twitch's scandal, what his widow is doing all over social media to this dead man's name. So it's interesting to me that the clear women, they would marry a black man, but at the same time don't like black people. I don't know how that works. I don't know how that works. The way my insides work, if I'm disgusted and repelled and repulsed, I can't. I can't marry you. I can't talk to you. I can't sit next to you for too long. But it's interesting how these brothers, and that's fine. Date who you date and love who you love, but do some research. I'm gonna be like, you ain't, how you gonna bring somebody to my table and cross my threshold and they got a history like this? So it's like, Mac, you always going. I'm not doing this with you tonight, Mac. Nature say leave it to certain male warriors to piss you off. Oh, welcome, Maybach. Thank you so much for joining us. Hey. So no, I ain't pissed. But my thing is this. You know, our athletes, they always pick somebody other than a black woman 99% of the time. The only thing I'm saying is do your research. Do your research. Because why would you do your mama like that and bring somebody to her house that really don't like, they don't like, you know, here's the thing, I'm gonna be straight up. Clear women, hello, is my mic on? Is my mic on? Clear women that want black men, they can't stand black women. They don't want nothing to do with no black woman. They just want that black man. Okay. So I'm just saying, be a little, have some discernment, do some extra research before you bring just anybody to your mama house or to be around your sisters. Because they low key can't stand us, high key can't stand us. They just want you and what you can do for them. Mac, I'm gonna let you have that conversation in the chat, but I'm gonna touch on it a little bit, but not like you think I'm gonna touch on it. Okay, just hold on. I'm gonna get to it. Oh my goodness. Oh my God. But yeah, the internet done pulled up all of her old tweets of her using the N-word and talking crazy about black men. But yet it's still this is his lovely fiance. I need somebody to show up to the wedding. And when the pastor said, if there's anyone that believes that this union should not take place, speak now or forever hold your peace. That is the moment that somebody need to stand up and pull out the receipts. Portia, you say loud for the people in the back. They out here looking like yes, yes. Oh my goodness, the girl done sucked all the life out of him, and he can't even use his mind right uh to make a solid decision based on her history that speaks upon her character in the agenda she might have with him. Listen, y'all, um, whether you're gonna believe it or not, there are groups of people that groom their daughters. They pull groups of women together just so they can target our athletes that are about to sign these large contracts. They don't want that money staying within the community. They don't want to see lovely, gorgeous black couples and families. That boy got to be with somebody that looks like them so that money can circulate inside their community. Like Umar Johnson says, when you pass away, your wealth goes somewhere else. It doesn't go to your mom or your wife, and it doesn't go back into your family. And that's my only concern. Marry who you want to marry, but be smart about it. Have your paperwork in order because they are out here. It's diabolical on how they chase and seek out our most wealthiest in the community. And I have to laugh about it because when did we come? When did we become so green, so blind, so naive to think that somebody, if you were not playing football, if you didn't have $180 million a contract, would you still be accepted in that circle? That's all I'm saying. Mac, I see you down there. Go on, keep cutting up. I want you to keep it going because I'll say this to you, brother. One day I want to send you the link so you can come up here and say it because I got chewed out and I ain't even dragged. I ain't even mentioned the young lady's name. I did a whole and I got dragged for even talking about it from some of your people. So I'm gonna keep it moving. We ain't gonna go there. But we gonna touch on it today. Believe me, we are going to touch on it, but not like you think we are. But so I just wanted to bring that to the family and put this on the table. My question is this: what what is it? What is it? Are football players really what we thought they were in high school? Because football players had a like reputation of being dumb, like they couldn't read. People did their work for them, and all they do was play football. So they didn't really have a high intelligence or nothing like that. Like this is what this is reminding me of. No, I'm not. But in high school, I mean, that's what we do. We just footballs are known for being not so smart. But I feel like this decision, he got wrapped up in this situation. He didn't even know the history of this young lady, or he just didn't care. But moving right along, here's our nephew. If y'all are just getting here, we want to say happy birthday to you. It's your birthday. Hey, Shedeur, happy birthday to you. Mm. So close your eyes and make a wish. Happy birthday, Shedeur. The nephew is grown, honey. He is officially grown, okay? Shador, send us your cash out so we can send you $1. And if y'all don't know by now, yesterday was my birthday, and I get real silly when I meet other Aquariuses. To those of you who follow astrology, it's an Aquarius thing. And I told people a long time ago, I understand Shador. Some people call him cocky, they call him arrogant, all of that. No, with an Aquarius, we're black and white, and we can be introverts. I am a selective extrovert. Okay. I'm only acting like this because ain't nobody looking at me. But I am selectively an introvert. Okay. We're quiet on one end, but when it's time to go, it's time to go. When it's time to show up, we show up, especially when we know what we're doing. So I've always understood Shador. I've always understood Shiloh. And just want to say, happy birthday to Shador. He's grown for real. I don't know what that means, but yeah. So let's go down. I'm going to share my screen, and we're going to talk about some things, y'all. We about to get into it now. Can y'all please share this live for me? I, I mean, if you didn't give me nothing for my birthday, can you at least share the live and like this video? Thank you. Thank you so much. Oh, let me see. Is it this one? Oh, it's that one. Okay. Y'all ready? Let's
He's the
go.
most equipped. He's had last game in Colorado last season. I didn't have Shedeur in our last game. Shedeur has started every game in high school,
Right.
every game in college except one, and he's prepared for this next level and this journey that he's about to go. And I think he's the most equipped. He's had Cam, the 7 different offensive coordinators.
Yes, sir.
And a line that was always criticized and scrutinized,
For
but
sure.
but he still stood and delivered. I think he's the best one for the job for any city, and he's the most equipped. Oftentimes we draft these quarterbacks that been on these elite teams. Now they get in a situation where it's not as conducive to their success,
For sure.
and they choke. He's always been up under criticism. He's always been scrutinized. He's never had the best up, but he's made the best up. So I think he's the most
That
qualified
last
by
name is what
far.
draws the criticism.
That last name is just like Sharp
Right.
and Smith,
Mhm.
Molly,
Right.
and Cam. Our names just make people have a. You got to have an opinion. When they say something about us, there's always an opinion
Right.
associated with it. That means we're provoking change, and I like that. Last
Okay.
game in Colorado last season.
Run it
I
back.
didn't have Shedeur in our last game. Shedeur has started every game in high school,
Right.
every game in college except one, and he's prepared for this next level and this journey that he's about to go. And I think he's the most equipped. He's had Cam, the 7 different offensive coordinators.
Yes, sir.
And a line that was always criticized and scrutinized,
For sure.
but he still stood and delivered. I think.
So, wow. Y'all, while we listen to Coach Prime real quick, I need for you all to put your thoughts in the comments real quick. I just thought about I have another video that I wanted to share first before I got to that one. Give me one moment. There we go. Stop sharing. Give me one moment. So because the people always got something to say, but we want to come on and speak up for our family. Okay, here we
Occupation
go.
that you already dominated in. Like, come on. And you don't think I'm not gonna sit there like a.
But you have said that if the right team does not pick him, that you will
Intervene.
intervene.
That's my son. It, it's almost like you got a child that's going into an occupation that you already dominated in. Like, come on. And you don't think I'm not gonna sit there like a navigational system and tell him take a right there, take a left right there, take a not that, not that. Oh no. Like that's who I'm called to. That's my son. I'm not gonna let my son get down in no foolishness.
But you and I both know these coaches, these owners,
Uh-huh.
right? You've been in the rooms.
Right.
The owners, billionaire owners,
Yes.
will often say, well, this is a young man who should be making his own decisions. He's got this helicopter dad.
Not my son. and and we ain't in no helicopter. Yeah.
So
Yeah, we ain't.
So
We
Giants-
definitely ain't in no helicopter.
Giants are you're in it. So
Yeah.
have you told him privately who you would like for him to play for?
It's not like that.
Okay.
Like it's not like who I would like for him to play for. It's a couple teams that I won't allow him to play for. So it's not like that. But this is my profession. I know what's behind the curtain. We ain't got to get back there for me to understand what's behind the curtain and what's not prominent for my son. I'm not doing it. Ain't
And
no
if
in
he
the world.
doesn't listen to you,
Who? Who? Yeah. You must mean owners, like not my son. Like my son knows my voice and he understands that I've done this and done that. Like my kids respect their father because they know their father ain't perfect, but their father's always been present.
but you have said that if the right team does not pick him,
Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it, y'all. So, Coach Prime was addressing, or Tamron Hall um, brought up, saying that the people might say that Coach Prime is a helicopter dad, meaning he hovers over his children. Why is it that mainstream media have a problem with black fathers being present, being active? Let me tell y'all something. Even from Little League, and this is my experience. Them other people, be it Latina, be it clear, the whole family be out there watching those children go through their athletic career. Especially clear dads. They are very possessive over their child, especially if they have like a good baseball player. I'm into baseball now with these little ones, but they've always been hands on. Why is it a problem that at this level they have a problem with Coach Prime being hands on with Shedeur's future or having a voice? Now, we have seen recently how things can go to hell on a rocket ship with our college football players' image based on the decisions that they made. We just got through talking about the history of a young lady that's attached to them. Now, imagine, and I hate to compare them, but what we saw happen a few months ago with 12, that would not have happened with 2 or 21, simply because that they listen to their dad. They might not like what Coach Prime has to say, but his voice is constantly in their ear. Unfortunately, I don't know the entire circumstances around Travis's upbringing, where his father was. Did he get along with his dad? Did his mom have a strong man in the house? But clearly, based on the decision that Travis made to move in the house with a young lady in high school, and that decision determined, we know it determined that now he's attached to someone that has a past that he can't even fix. Like, her past is now attached to him. But I think we can all agree, had that even happened with one of the Sanders children, it would have been fixed immediately. 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 When she asked Coach Prime, but he doesn't listen to you. Coach Prime said, "Who? Who?" The look on his face is like, "Who?" And he wasn't just talking about football, y'all. Let me run it back. He wasn't just talking about football. He was talking about everything football and life. He was talking about football and life.
That you will
Intervene.
intervene.
That's my son.
Pause. Intervene. That's my son. What kind of parents would we be if we know that there's a brick wall up there or a ditch, and we watch our child put their foot on the gas, knowing that there's a brick wall or a ditch or a train they're about to run slap dead into? Now, like I told somebody the other night, I'm responsible for a clear message. Now, if they don't listen, then they have to live with the consequences. Coach Prime has been given a clear message to all of his football players. Now, whether they listen or not, that's on them. They have to deal with the consequences. But I refuse to believe that Coach Prime has not put into his star athlete some of the same things that he has put into his son.
It, it's almost like you got a child that's going into an occupation that you already dominated in. Like, come on. And you don't think I'm not gonna sit there like a navigational system and tell him take a right there, take a left right there, take a not that, not that. Oh no. Like that's who.
Hold on. Do y'all follow him? He ain't talking about football. He's talking about life, the women they choose, the friends they choose, and football.
Well, I'm called to dress my son. I'm not gonna let my son get down in no foolishness.
But you and I both know these coaches, these owners,
Uh-huh.
right? You've been in the rooms.
Right.
The owners, billionaire owners,
Yes.
will often say, well, this is a young man who should be making his own decisions. He's got this helicopter dad.
Not my son.
So here's the thing. Let's say they do say that and try to separate Shedeur away from his father with that, getting into his ear. You should be making his own decisions. That's only, they only, let me tell you about predators and people that don't have good intentions. They always try to separate you from your anchor. They always try to separate our youth from the voice of reason. And so I'm pretty sure Coach Prime has already let Shador know this. Yes, he's hands, and that's the thing. He's a real dad. But like he said in that interview, recently, with up there on the platform with the men, he a black dad. So there's a difference. There's a difference. So let me go back. Give me a moment. There is indeed a difference on the male image or the presence that you need from each age group, from birth to 5 years old, from 5 to 12. Parenting changes for young men and young ladies. But the fact that Coach Prime is still present and um, guiding and advising his sons, it seems to be a problem. It seems to be agitating some people for some reason. Hi, Jennifer. Welcome. So, y'all already know how I feel about Cam the Scam Newton, but I'll get into him in a little bit because I'm sick of him putting his mouth on Shador. I really am. But let's keep talking about how the Sanders men um took over are taking over the Super Bowl. So it says Coach Prime, Shador Sanders, and Deion Sanders Jr. all wore Nike Diamond Turf to the NFL honors. So again, y'all know my birthday was yesterday. In case you want to be generous and get me stuff for my birthday, I wear size 5.5 in sneakers. Um, if they don't have a 5.5, I'll take the 6. I'll just put on thick socks. I'll put on the old school socks, okay? But yeah, you can get me a pair of diamond turfs. I don't know where I'm gonna wear them, but I shall put them up in the box and look at them. This right here is Coach Prime. Hopefully, we are all following Coach Prime on X. He is wishing Shador. I don't like that picture though. He is wishing Shador happy birthday because today is our nephew birthday. In case y'all didn't know, let's see what he's up to right here.
Good. I know that hurt when you don't wear a shirt. What you mean? Pokey. No. I know it. It's not bad. I know it. Dude. That's just yeah. What's up, bro? You doing good? Yeah. What you been on? Same shit. I'm in and out though. You got the Walter Payton stuff tonight. And I'm back. So I see you like on a DJ earlier. Are you at the DJ? Yeah, you'll be on it too. Hey, I'll see you soon, bro. Definitely. I need that thing, I need that shit. Good to see you, bro. You good? I know that hurt when you don't wear a shirt. What you mean? Pokey. No. I know it. It's not bad. I know it, dude. That's just yeah. What's up, bro? You doing good? Yeah. What you been on? Same shit. I'm in and out though. You got the Walter Payton stuff tonight. And I'm back. So I see you like on a DJ earlier. Are you at the DJ? Yeah, you'll be on it too. Hey, I'll see you soon, bro. Definitely. I need that thing, I need bro. That shit.
So that's Shador linking up with Max Crosby. I enjoyed watching Shador go through the events. Here's another one. Hold on.
I mean, yeah. The second you walked out on the carpet.
You look awesome.
Thank you so much, Dion. I
And you
appreciate
clean too, my
guys.
brother.
Hey, you know,
And you're doing all right,
it's
man.
not about. It's never about the men. It's always about. Come on.
Incredible night, a birthday weekend. On
Yes,
top of
ma'am.
that,
Birthday tomorrow.
Okay, period.
Finally turning 23.
You know
So
what?
yeah, I'm blessed. I'm blessed. I'm excited.
What a blessing, Dion. 23 years
I
old.
thought you were 22.
Wow.
My
Right
bad.
now, tomorrow.
Fact check.
How
Fact
you don't
check.
know my
Fact check.
birthday?
I'm just joking with you. You know I know your birthday. All of y'all.
Dion,
so
you're no
serious.
stranger to this NFL
Yeah.
honors, to the postseason, to being Super Bowl week. To share this now with your son.
Right, because
I
he's
mean,
embarking on this.
yeah.
I mean, I want him to engulf it all because I want him to see himself up there on that stage a year or so from now.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
that's the way we think.
100%. You have to.
Just
You
on the
have to see
stage. Apparently, I've heard if you're not on the stage, that means you're playing in the ship.
That would be kind.
it.
You know,
Ooh,
so I know.
okay,
Look,
see
I know
it.
you're gonna be a first rounder. We seen you seen your arm
for
talent.
sure.
You know, some people got you projected top 1, 2. You know, or you fall to like 9. At where you?
Yeah,
No. I don't know about that. I don't know what you mean.
He's been shooting his shot all
Right.
night.
It's not
Okay.
tampering if we're just having fun. That's
Right.
why it's a
That's all
smile
good.
happens.
Yeah. But nah, I don't think so.
Yeah, absolutely. So, and for a guy like you who's done it all at the collegiate level to come to the NFL, what are you looking forward to?
Just the challenge, the excitement. We established ourselves at Jackson State. We did at Colorado. So then now, it's time to do it in the league.
Dion, what has been, I think, in your mind, the biggest piece of advice that you've given Shedeur?
It's been so much.
I bet.
mean, this is not just a player of mine. This is my son.
Correct.
And these are my sons, plural. So just take one step at a time.
Yeah.
And maximize your moments. Life consists of a multitude of moments. And those of us that are on this stage right now, we maximized them.
Yeah.
That's why we're here.
Incredible. All right. Enjoy the night, you guys. Thank
you.
Looking clean in the all black.
Indeed.
He is. Y'all, Shedeur Diamonds, Lord have mercy. The diamonds were just dancing all over the place. Um, it's interesting how everybody wants to place Shedeur in a certain place in the draft. I heard I heard somebody. Oh my God, it's interesting. Oh my God, let me stop.
How about that, Cowboys?
And I have to show this for context for later. Hey y'all. Okay, I see Jennifer is here. Mackie still hanging in there. Thank y'all so much for hanging in there tonight. Thank you, Mac. Oh, Shiloh definitely is up next. But what I noticed how Coach Prime, he is enjoying this moment with his son. He's embracing the right passage of passing Shador on to the NFL. And I could never be upset with a parent that has taught their child civility, that has still has an influence on their child to the point that even if they are young adults, their children still refer to them for guidance and advice. And watching Coach Prime and Shador in these moments, it is showing us that Shador has been groomed and preparing for these moments all his life. This is why I don't understand how people can find a reason or way to be upset about it. I wouldn't even call it privilege. I'll just call it how hard his dad worked to get them to where they are. It is well deserved. Yeah, he's it's a rite of passage. When you reach us, and everybody has rites of passages. Let me just put it in layman terms. You have us as black people, we grow up in certain environments. They do it in church. The, a whole family run the church, but when the pastor's time to retire, what he do? Pass it on to his son. TD Jakes pass it down to his daughter. So depending on the culture of the family, certain things are a rite of passage, and we're looking at that right now with Coach Prime and Shedeur in this moment. I don't want to look at that one. Let's see what he has to say right here.
against each other, and a lot of stuff we just. It's cool that we close because if we wasn't, then you would definitely the media would definitely try to pin us against each other, and a lot of stuff we just be saying even in the viral clip stuff. We genuinely like play around crazy. We definitely play around crazy, and that's just the relationship, So it's good that we have a relationship because a lot of people try to take things and put it out of context and anything, and it's just like it's childish.
If you don't go number one, are you the type that holds a grudge forever?
Why would I be mad?
That's what I.
Nah, you gotta understand. I think about it like this. These are good problems to have.
I completely agree.
You could be in a way worse situation. So
Okay. Y'all give me one moment. I gotta take a break real quick. Give me one. Okay, I'm back. I'm back. I'm back. I'm back. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I had to run upstairs real quick. Thank y'all for hanging in there. Um, so let me get to the video that I want to show y'all. Hold on, let me. That last video, he was asked. They asked him Shador on being tight or friends with Cam Ward, and Shador's like, and that was his response. He said, "It's cool that we're close because if we weren't, the media would try to pin us against each other." And I saw that very early in the season, last season, the one we're coming out of, that they was going to try to put Shador against Cam. But interesting enough, the wheels have turned. It's not Shador against Cam. It's Shador and Travis against each other, and how the media has how things have panned out. So, what do y'all think? I want to hear what the people got to say. While I find this other video. Okay, I know it's that. It's this one. Shador look good, y'all. Shador can wear a black suit. Security is there. Security. So what I enjoyed about this is if you saw the whole video, you saw Coach Prime guiding Shador, kind of like training him and showing him the ropes. Go back and find that video. I love the dynamics of how a father is teaching his son the rules of engagement, how to be civilized, how to show up in certain spaces. And that's what I was looking at. And of course, security all around. Shador is indeed a superstar. It's natural. He naturally has embraced his position in life and where he is going. Um, but the original video of them walking the red carpet, you can kind of see Coach Prime. He was introducing him to everybody. Um, Getting him in spaces with the former NFL players, the Hall of Fame players. It was just such a joy to watch and pay attention to because I think as a black family, we kind of have moved away. Well, we have moved away from teaching our children just the basics of how to show up in life in all of civility. And what we saw was social graces among men. And so what I wanted to share too was it's just telling a lot about who Shador is, who Coach Prime is, and how he has actually been hands-on with his sons and his daughters and introducing them into, you know, a social status in life because their name itself, their name will open doors for them. But now when the doors are open, do you know how to carry yourself in those rooms? So that's what I was more so looking at when I observed Coach Prime and Shador going about the red carpet and engaging with others. Did y'all see that video as well? So I'm looking for this other video. So I don't have it, but I'm gonna have to talk about it off the top of my head real quick. Okay, no, I gotta go to Instagram. Give me a moment. I gotta share my screen. I got to share my screen. Hmm. No, 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 no. Oh, here it goes. Got it. Okay, one more time, y'all. I'm gonna share my screen again.
And say like that's his involvement is a bad thing, but how much has that been a positive thing for you just to be ready for these bright lights?
I ain't know your parents, being involved in wanting the best for you is a problem.
Right.
I think as parents, each and every one will want the best for their kids. So the fact that he has an opportunity to do that for me and he has the best quarterback in the country, he's supposed to do that.
And so many people they look at your dad and say like that's his involvement is a bad thing, but how much has that been a positive thing for you just to be ready for these bright lights?
I ain't know your parents, being involved in wanting the best for you is a problem.
Right.
I think as
Right.
parents, each and every one will want the best for their kids. So the fact that he has the opportunity to do that for me and he has the best quarterback in the country, he's supposed to do that.
And so many people they look at you.
Did y'all hear what Shador said? He didn't know it was a problem for your parents to want the best for you. He didn't know. Like, are we lost? Like, did we lose something? Like, that's the problem. Sometimes you gotta ask yourself, where's my child? And when it comes to 9:30, 10 o'clock, where's my child? What is my child doing? I promise you, Coach Prime may never have to ask himself that because his children, he knew where they was and he knew what they were doing. And it's almost like society wants to believe that specifically black children are savage. They have no upbringing and they have no discipline. But it's just baffling to them to look at Shador and see that he is not what the world or the enemy has said that black children should be, or that Coach Prime is not what the image that they have portrayed on television, or the stereotypes that they have created. Yeah, they're true some of the time, but every black family is not fatherless. You know, all black children are not just running around with no guidance, no discipline about themselves, or no one to hold them accountable. And so it just seems like seeing Shador, I don't know if it's because Deion Sanders is his father, or that he's just a different type of um black prodigy, athletic prodigy, that they just can't fathom, like, where did he come from? Like, why is he so well behaved? Why is he so articulate? Why is he so well spoken? Why is he so confident? It's his daddy's fault. They good qualities about Shador a problem. And if they can't shake him, hold on. I'm trying to change earpieces. Can y'all hear me? Can y'all hear me? Okay. It says, but if they can't make him rock his confidence by always, picking on him about how close he is with his father, which I don't want him to have a good relationship with his daddy. That is crazy to me. That is crazy to me. And that's what this world does. It'll make wrong seem right and right seem wrong. But I'm just so happy that Shador had the confidence to speak up and say, I didn't know that was a
Your dad
problem.
and say like that's his involvement is a bad thing, but how much has that been a positive thing for you just to be ready for these bright lights?
I ain't know your parents, being involved in wanting the best for you is a problem.
Right.
I think as parents, each and every one would want the best for their kids. So the fact that he has an opportunity to do that for me and he has the best quarterback in the country, he's supposed to do that.
It's
Right. Tell them again, nephew. So that's that on Shador, and want to again say happy birthday to Shador. Um, it's been a rough road, this last football season, having to sit and listen to and watch the world literally, speak, make up lies and report the lies as if they were facts, and have to sit there and be humble and watch people kick mud on his name, him, his daddy, and his brothers, and still maintain civility. Everybody ain't capable. I'm just gonna tell you right now, everybody ain't capable of being so civil, of handling themselves, because we know you have a lot to lose. But then when the tables turn, and this is where I want to bring up Cam Newton. Cam is a different type of funny acting individual. Like, oh my God. Like, dude, Cam, I got a question. Why is it that you have recently started to disparage Shador's name, speak down on his skill, or address subjects about Shador and sensationalize them and create this narrative so that mainstream can pick it up and make it an issue? The reason why I have a problem with Cam is because now that he is, you know, in certain rooms, now he's on ESPN. So he is utilizing his platform on YouTube to generate conversation, be it negative or positive. But ever since CU, University of Colorado played the University of Central Florida, since that um initial moment he had with Shador, when Shador would not give him any clout back, he has made it his job to shit on Shador. Imagine being a overgrown man, but picking a fight with somebody, a 22-year-old, and then at the same time coming out your mouth talking about, I love Shedeur. I love the Sanders family. This and that. No, 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 you don't. No, you don't. Let me tell y'all something. When somebody don't like you and when they know they can't stand face to face with you with the BS, they attack your children. They do slick stuff to your children and try to break their confidence and interfere with your legacy. When somebody don't like you, they interfere, they try to attack your legacy through your children. Pay attention to this slick right here. And here's the thing. I'm trying so hard to keep it together and not cuss out tonight, okay? So when he did not get the reception from Shedeur that he wanted over at UCF, and Shedeur was well within his right not to, be accepting because Cam had been doing some real weird stuff. Like Shedeur said, you doing some weird stuff. And it only escalated after that. That experience embarrassed him. Cam Newton felt entitled to Shedeur's energy. He felt entitled to Shedeur's presence. And that's not how it works. Cam, you are Travis's old coach from Atlanta. You're not Shedeur's old coach. And there was a video he did calling himself speaking to Shedeur, but the whole time he was shitting on Shedeur, comparing Shedeur to the quarterback class of last season, low key saying that he's not as good as them. We'll never forget the moment that time he said Shedeur is a snob. Every time he opens his mouth, it's to put a dark cloud on Shedeur's name. But let me explain to y'all how PR works. Because you ain't slick, my guy. You are not slick. They said Shiloh had something else to do. So with PR, it works like this. PR can work to help your image look good, make you look good in the public eye, or with PR, it can work by putting out information or starting narratives about somebody else. So come on, y'all. Let's all get together. This is my theory. This is my opinion, and what I'm about to say is allegedly. Okay. So Cam has admitted that he is Travis's mentor and a high school coach on 707. Okay, we are about to link this up. Travis just got out of a huge scandal that was in my opinion brushed under the rug. Okay, he was given a whole lot of grace. Okay, in terms of black men standing up and talking to Travis and telling Travis what it is and what it should be. Okay. So, in my opinion, every time Cam Newton's opened his mouth on Shedeur, when he started, while Travis was having his scandal and all that was going on, it was to, okay, let me talk about Shedeur, let me start some shit or create a narrative about Shedeur to take away the attention that's happening to Travis because he really likes Travis. That's why he showed up at the Heisman ceremony. It wasn't because he's a former Heisman player. He haven't been in years. So he decided to show up, and that was only he thought that it would bother Shedeur. It would make Shedeur feel away. Cam is childish as hell. He's in this secret competition with Shedeur for attention or whatever. Here's the thing, Cam. You and Shador are not the same. He don't need you as a mentor. Cause on one of his platforms, he was talking about, he call him and I done been there. I know the game. So is his father. What make you think his NFL Hall of Fame dad cannot guide him in the way that he should go? Just because you're a former quarterback, that still don't mean Coach Prime can't guide his son to the NFL. Shador don't need to call you for nothing. And why would he? when all you want to do is sit there and take advantage of him and use him for content. So, being that you are Travis's former coach, you want to sit there and put Travis and Shedeur against each other. I don't know who gave you permission to drag Shedeur on your platform just so you can take the eyes and the heat off of Travis. So he's using his voice and platform to take away the attention from Travis, but he's putting it on Shedeur. Okay, cool. But here's the thing: Shedeur is a stand-up dude because when everybody was on Travis and his the girl that's everybody's girlfriend, when everybody was on them, what did Shedeur do? He came out and he made a statement to the rappers and the athletes about speaking on Travis. Shedeur did that. So if you and Travis are so close, my question is this: has Travis told you not to speak on Shedeur and stop doing what you're doing in public to Shedeur? That's my question. And if he has asked you to stop, you know, attacking Shedeur in the media and on public, and you're not listening, then I have to look at Travis. If you ask Cam to stop and he hasn't stopped, why are you still interviewing with him? At some point, we got to ask these questions. So if Travis, because somebody had to give you permission or green light Shedeur through your tongue. So you ain't even that smart. Y'all not even smart enough to use somebody else. They making you look like the big old raccoon that you are. Because what kind of man would sit there and attack somebody like Shedeur? You look stupid. Let people do their own dirty work. But it's ironic. It's ironic. The moment Travis announced his management team with Young Money and Anheuser Busch and him, all of these weird things start happening coming towards Shedeur. So I want to know if somebody actually went or they're utilizing Cam Newton to create these little narratives and start these fires to put Shador and Travis against each other. That's my theory. That's my opinion. That's my perspective. That's what my discernment is telling me that is happening. But shame on all of y'all because Coach Prime has never done anything but to speak great things about Travis, can carry him along the way. And the reason why I always use that picture that I use with Shador with the Heisman, because although Travis won the Heisman, he couldn't have done it by himself. So in my eyes, in my heart, in my mind, that Heisman belonged to Shador. And I don't care what nobody got to say about it. What y'all talking about? Um, we were about that. So Cam Newton, for some reason, he just has to pick on Shador. And so when I saw him on the platform talking to Coach Prime today, it's like, boy, you got a lot of nerve. You got a lot of nerve. But some people are just grimy, and he strikes me as a see, Coach. That's why I always say, Coach Prime, a good man. Coach Prime is a good man, honey. Cause ain't no way in hell you gonna be talking crazy about my child and look me in the face and try to have a civil conversation. Cause y'all gotta know, uh-uh, no, no, no. Everybody on this platform can talk to me, but you. And this is why I was telling y'all the other day to all the women, men, they work together well. They can argue, they can disagree, but at the end of the day, men are going to stick together. But us women, we will allow certain men to get in women's business and tell you what woman to collaborate with, what woman you shouldn't be around, what woman you shouldn't work with, and it shouldn't be that way. Let them handle their business, but you handle yours. Nobody should be over here controlling women content creators and telling them who to work with and who not to work with. Because at the end of the day, no matter what those men go through, they're gonna always come back together and be brothers. And that's something we can learn from them. What y'all up to? I see it's 4 people here. My numbers kind of dropped. That's okay. I wanted to get my point across, but I don't like, I'm a huge fan of Cam Newton, but the way he took a turn and started taking attacking Shedeur, I don't like it. I don't like it, and I don't like it. And every time you do, Cam, I didn't have time to pull together all my content like I wanted to because this is not about you tonight. But every time you open your mouth on Shador, I'm gonna open my mouth on Travis. I'm just gonna give a little bit more information each and every time. You talk about Shador, I'm gonna talk about you and Travis. When you move, I move just like that. I want you to close your mouth and keep Shador name out your fucking mouth unless you're saying great things about him like you do everybody else. I'm not playing. I'm sick of him. What y'all doing? So yes, this was a late night conversation that I had on my heart and mind to address some things, y'all. But more than anything and anybody, today is Shador's birthday. I am an internet auntie. If you are new and you're just getting here, I'm discerning goddess. I'm the internet auntie of all of our young people who are thriving and striving to be their greatest self. And I enjoy highlighting their achievements and their accomplishments. So, and I wear my title seriously. I take it seriously because there's no one that should be trying to step in the way and keep young people from being their greatest and best selves. We as adults, we had our opportunities. Some of us are working on other goals, but everybody else, we should be applauding them. We should be pointing them towards other opportunities. But creating strife in their life and unnecessary stress, no, no. I'm always come to the front and speak up for these young people because they are striving to be in a certain category, so they can't say what we can. And Cam need to pick on somebody his own size and his own age with his big grown ass. That's all I'm saying. Shador, happy birthday, nephew. Don't have too much fun because you got to go back and train. We love you, we adore you, and we only wish the best for you. And with that being said, I want to thank everyone for joining me tonight. It has been my pleasure to hang out with y'all. um, I'm sorry it was such a late night live. I apologize. But before I
Do you see
go,
on my chain here?
Oh my God. They're doing a hammer.
You don't see on my chain here?
you know what? The diamonds are blinging. They're dancing. Yep.
Did you see that buddy? How they was doing the hammer?
Show me your wrist. Let me see your wrist here.
Okay.
Dang.
Okay, we see y'all.
Do
The
you see on
serious
my chain here?
people.
Oh my God. They're doing a hammer.
You don't see on my chain here?
Did you see that buddy? How they was doing the hammer?
Show me your wrist. Let me see your wrist here. Dang. Do you see on my chain here?
Oh my God. They're doing a hammer.
You don't see on my chain here?
Hold on, Ginger. Let me see what you said. You said, it's wild because one of my closest female friends does the hair of a man that some of these content creators talk about nonstop. Oh goodness, but I'll just sip. But what do we know? Shrug shoulders. I don't know. I just think it's so crazy. Like there's so much we could be doing. I don't know. I don't know. I'm gonna leave it like that. Y'all, I'm gonna cut this live up and make little I'm gonna like make individual videos based on the topics that I discussed. And like I told y'all before, um help me. If y'all don't see a video in 48 hours, I need somebody to come say, hey, where the video at? Okay. So this video, you will see parts of it show up just with a different thumbnail, discussing or highlighting the individual parts that we talked about tonight. I always don't allow anyone to stop you from reaching your goals. Stay on the grind. Thank you, sis. I'm not. That's why I've been missing in spaces in different places because I'm trying to stay focused. And so I appreciate y'all for always showing up, always being supportive, always engaging. I don't take that lightly. You could be anywhere doing anything. You could be home relaxing in your beautiful homes in the comfort and luxury of your house, but you decided to tap in with me tonight. And for that, I appreciate you and adore you, and I will never forget it. Y'all have a wonderful night. Stay safe, and God bless you. What is going on? What just happened? Oh, my computer is doing other things. Okay. Good night, everybody. Good night.